tonight, and obviously a big job for them in front of a parochial crowd. And they've been outstanding so far this tournament. The other thing that the host nation status brings is a lot of pressure. China finished 5th in Manila 2 years ago. They've never missed the medals 2 years in a row. It's a big task for them here. The crowd is certainly going to be expecting some success.
I would think so. For China, it's just one game at a time. Over the last 4 stages of the FIBA Asian Championships, China's only won once. Let's talk about Jordan, and here's the lineup on your screens. Number 6, Alex Legion. He is the new naturalized player. Last time out, they had Jimmy Baxter. Zaid Abbas, we talked about it. He's going to be wearing number 21. Wissam Al-Sou is the point guard at 33. And then Sam Douglas. He has been a missing element, the missing link in Jordan's game so far in this tournament.
And we see the starting lineup come up, and we've got Alawadi. Douglas not named in the starting lineup. Are you surprised by that?
I am surprised. I would think that he would be getting more exposure, especially that he's used to playing against a Chinese team. But I think it's also a reaction to the kind of game he's been playing. Last time out against Singapore, only 4 points. First time out against Korea, only 5 points. So Sam Douglas really has to step it up.
And now we turn our attention back to the host nation. Who are the key players for you tonight?
Oh, without a doubt, the bigs. Yi Jianyang, of course, we know him to be an NBA veteran, but the man who made things happen yesterday, none other than the number 15 man, Zhou Qi, standing 217 centimeters, and you've got 4 players who stand more than 213 centimeters, and that's the Great Wall of China right there, with those
doubt.
4 towers. You're not just talking twin towers, you're talking quadruple towers.
And there we see Zhou Qi in the starting lineup at the center position, just 19 years of age. Last night was the night for teenage heroes with Abdul Rahman Saad, of course, from Qatar, and Zhou Qi from China. There is the man himself, Yi Linjin. And his game was perhaps glossed over with the efforts of Qi last night, but his efforts were important. He's one of the best bigs when it comes to catch and shoot jump shots, and so important that the guards get him the ball in those dangerous positions tonight.
Exactly, because he has excellent range in his jump shot. But the most important thing about China is that you can't just rely on the athletic ability of the bigs. They've got to be set up, they've got to be able to play team basketball. And I think that's the big challenge of Coach Gong Lu-ming.
Turnovers will be a key tonight. We talked about Sam Douglas. At his best, he's a mastermind of a point guard who can direct the offense, but when the game's not quite so on, he can turn the ball over, and it seems that China this year are key towards pressure defense, forcing mistakes, and getting out in the open court.
Well, maybe that's one reason why Douglas is not starting in this ball game. He's going to be coming off the bench. We've also seen Douglas change his style. He's posting up a lot more than before. We saw in 2011 and 2013, well, he didn't play actually in 2013, but in 2011, he was more like the facilitator, the man who sets the table for Jordan and gets things going.
It will be interesting to see how that plays out tonight. We are just moments away from tip-off. There is Zaid Abbas and Sam Douglas, the 2 veterans for this Jordan team. They were missed Douglas in particular was missed 2 years ago. They're both back in the fold. But Jordan have been a little bit disappointing in the first 2 games. They bounced back to some form last night, but I don't think the veterans on their team would be happy with that performance, and they know they'll have to take it up a level tonight.
Well, the challenge is here tonight for Jordan, and their mindset is they want to be able to complete. I was able to speak with Jordan coach Raiko Taraman before this game, and he says they just want to keep it close, put some pressure on the ball carriers of China.
It's the rematch of the 2011 final, the FIBA Asia Championship. That occasion it was in Wuhan in China. Tonight we're in Changsha, and this is the final game of the first round for these 2 teams as Zhou Qi wins the tip-off.
Big question mark here is Jordan lost to Korea from Korea's 3-point bombing. Will it happen the same way in this game?
Here's Alawadi. He goes back into a bus in the low post. He's looking aggressive early. It's a trademark step back jump shot. And what a start for Zaid Abbas.
Given a lot of space, Zaid Abbas, he's very well known in the Chinese community. He's played 6 years in the Chinese league. 5 of those 6 years, he averaged double figures.
Patient offense from China. Inside to their star. Here's Yu. And we've got a foul call. I think that will be against Abbas. And we see Yi there. He's got a size advantage. He's probably got about 10 centimeters on Zaid Abbas. And if he can hit that jump shot early, it forces a defensive change for Jordan. They might have to double team the post there.
Either hitting the jump shot or powering his way straight to the hole. And he certainly has that big size advantage that you mentioned against Zaid Abbas.
8 on the shot clock. Popping out is Ding. He hits the 3. Ding, Yan Yu Hung gets China on the board after 40 seconds. And the host nation lead it by 1. We see here Abdeen running the point guard. He's being dogged by Zhou Ziwei. And wasn't he impressive against Korea? His intensity defensively is relentless.
I thought he was one of the keys to the victory of China over Korea. Not only him, but also Go Ailun. The intensity, the pressure that they provided in the backcourt provided the impetus for that comeback of China against Korea.
They look so dangerous with both those guards on the court as Abbas fires from three-point range. And we talk about the ability of Yi to exploit that matchup. Abbas has the range all the way out to the arc, and he can cause some headaches for China as well.
Well, he got his confidence back against Singapore last night. He had 15 points and 7 rebounds.
Straight back to the well for China. There's that trademark lean away jump shot from Yi. Chi inside on the offensive glass. There's an early foul called, and that will go against the 19-year-old. You got to love that hustle on the O-boards early on.
And you see China again working that combination of the Twin Towers with Zhou, Chi, and Yi Jianliang. Yi Jianliang very confident in taking that medium-range jump shot because at least Zhou Chi is inside the painted area to get the possible offensive rebound.
That foul was actually against King. Here's Abdi. He's got the start at the point guard position. Again, he feeds it out to his veteran power forward. And that one, the first shot was in rhythm. That one, the Chinese defense did enough to make him take that extra bounce.
It was a pick and pop situation that time. Zaid Abbas did not have the kind of distance that he wanted to be able to uncork that shot.
Here's Zhou Ziwei. Feeds it over to Zhou Peng. He's been impressive early in this tournament. And the thing I couldn't help but notice is the physical development of Zhou Peng over the last couple of years. He looks like an athlete now. He's got that big set of shoulders. And he's made a promising start to the tournament. He's shooting 50% from three-point range, and that's an area of his game he's definitely improved.
Well, the trust that Coach Gong Lu Ming has given to Zhou Peng has been outstanding. Got the most minutes in the game against Korea of 30 minutes.
You can't get that one to drop. Abbas with hustle on the boards, but China will recover it. Out to Zhou. He shows patience. A little pick and pop with Yi. A little stroke, some good defense there from Zaghab, forces him to change his mind. And now he's going to give away the foul inside. And Zaghab did well at first, but there's only so long that you can keep Yi away from the basket for.
Well, very patient. The Chinese offense that time, pick and roll situation. Yi had a shot from the outside, but opted to go for the pick and roll.
And talk about the development of Zhou Peng's game. How about that execution of the pick and roll on that last play? Here's Yi inside, he'll finish this one. He split the double team, he elevated and scored. And it's 5 apiece here after 2.5 minutes. Again, Abdeen controlling play out the top for Jordan. Legion, can he have a good shooting night tonight? He goes from a mile beyond the three-point line, and that one's short.
A little bit too trigger happy that time. He was 3 out of 4 from three-point distance against Singapore last night. Alex Legion has to get his rhythm going offensively.
Wong Chae Ling, he feeds it into Yi. In amongst the traffic. And again, he couldn't get it to finish. Abdeen on the fast break. He finds Legion. Skies to the basket and he misses. Intimidated there. Ding recovers the rebound. Zhao with an ambitious pass. He was attempting a showtime play on the fast break. And how about the speed on a couple of those transition plays? It was exciting to see Legion exploding to the basket, but he was intimidated by some defense there from China.
Paul, you feel the tension in the air. Both these teams missing easy situations. Alex Legion had a chance to score a layup on the fast break attack previously.
It's a big crowd. It's not quite as big as last night for the Korean clash, but the atmosphere is tense as Abdeen skies to the basket. Great recognition from the point guard.
And the ball screen provided by Zaid Abbas got Abdeen racing up court, making sure that he had an easy access to the basket.
Look at Alawadi up defensively. He's testing out the young point guard from China, Zhou. Wang skies to the basket, and Wang Chae Lin finishes off with the left hand. It's 7 apiece. What a great start here so far.
The point we were making about the small players of China, making it possible for the big guys to be available and get their shots inside.
You can just sense this is going to be a fantastic game of basketball. Abbas for his second three of the night, and he sticks it. And that's exactly the start that Jordan needed from their star big man.
And he's making Yi Jianliang think now about how he has to play defense against Abbas.
Here's Yi. He's had a touch on almost every possession so far, as you would expect. Joe to the left hand, he can't make it. Legion fumbles the rebound, they'll get another opportunity. Into the corner, three-point bomb from Zhou Tailin. And China again tied the game away. It's 10 apiece. We're not even halfway through this first quarter. Legion in, cops some contact to the back, it's not seen. And again, his jump shot falls short. I'd love to see him going to the rack, try and get some foul trouble on these Chinese bigs. Zhou Jiwei again controlling the on-ball screen. He looks so comfortable in that situation. Now to Yi. Yi makes it fit. Yi Jinlin. And while the fans always get excited when China score, it goes to that extra level when it's their star big man Yi. Zagreb at the top. Zed Abbas again looking to drive past the slower one. What a finish from Zed Abbas. He drove to the right, he crossed it over and finished with the left hand.
And you notice a different defensive alignment that time. In China, now putting somebody else on Zaid Abbas, not Yi Jianliang. Now they're going Wang Jielin.
It's just so important that Jordan continue to score, keep this game close and put the scoreboard pressure onto China. Here's Wang Jielin on the left hand.
Again, the inside pass and the movement and the agility of Wang Jielin and making that play possible.
And for a 21-year-old big man, he has such composure and some nice touch on the left hand inside. He gives China a 2-point lead. Little miscue there from Abdeen. They are going to Abbas at every opportunity. He pulls up for another 3-point bomb. This one's long. Alawadi was awake to that high arcing shot. Gets his rebound, goes to the left hand this time. Zagreb inside. And what about the persistence from Jordan on that occasion? China just not locked into the defensive boards.
A lot of opportunities that time for Jordan. You've got the Twin Towers in Yi and Wang Jielin still not able to control the defensive boards.
Zhou Tailong left with an impossible assignment on the boards there, trying to box out the bigger Zagreb.
I think the story so far for Jordan has been Zaid Abbas. He hit outside shots with Yi Jianliang on him, and then they changed defensive assignments. Wang Jielin going outside for Zaid Abbas, and then Abbas exploiting the mismatch and driving strong to the hole instead of taking the outside shot against Wang Jielin.
Zagreb misses the first. Jordan within 2 points after over 6 minutes, and they haven't had Douglas on the court yet. Here he comes now. He's such a high-quality player. He was third in assists at the FIBA World Championships in 2010, and it's not any ordinary point guard that achieved that sort of feat.
That's right, he's a veteran, 35 years old. Provides a little bit more size than Abdeen at the point guard position for Jordan.
And speaking of veteran point guards, here's Liu Wei checking into the game for China. Pitches the ball across to Zai Xiaochun, and ill-advised 3-point shot from Zai. And after such a high-quality opening, a couple of poor possessions, and let's see which team can resettle the quickest. Here's Alawadi. I've been impressed by his defense so far tonight. This time it's China applying the pressure. We got a foul called there. It's on Wang Jielin. Here's Douglas with his first opportunity to create. Another on-ball screen. That's an illegal one. I think Alawadi just took off a little bit too soon. Zagreb not into position to set that screen.
Offensive foul call here against Jordan, giving it a possession to China.
What are your impressions of these first 6 and a bit minutes?
Oh, I think it's been a highly quality basketball game that we're watching. With China, I think they've been able to rotate the ball a little bit better. Talk about rotating the basketball. Wang Jielin with an inside pass.
Clever cut down the middle from Zai, and he finished the basket off. And China extend their margin out to 3. Li Jin hasn't been able to break free. This time he splits the pick and drives to the basket. And when you're struggling with your shooting stroke, you love getting an uncontested layup in the half court.
Got to be a little more aggressive in driving strong to the hole, and Alex Legion, that's his first field goal.
There's a strong show on the pick and roll from the Chinese defense, but Legion split it. They go back inside, another nice pass inside. The same combination.
And that time, Wang Jielin making the pass from the left side instead of the right, but the same result, down the line.
This time it's Alawadi running the pick and roll, a bust to the basket, he goes up and under and avoids the block attempt from the bigger Wang Jielin. And he brings Jordan back within one. They continue to hang around.
The inside-outside attack of Zaid Abbas, creating a lot of problems here for China's defense.
Yu Wei with a nice move. He scores. He's been struggling to score so far in this tournament, but his playmaking ability has been valuable. He's dished out 5 assists in 22 minutes so far. Zaid Abbas, he's going to want it back. He's looking so aggressive. Drives to the left hand, Zagat. That's a tough shot. And credit to Zhai for his defense. Here he goes, running the other end. Zhai Xiaochun with the basket. We've got a timeout here. It's been a fast-paced opening, but the first break comes from China, courtesy of their big men running the floor, finishing inside. Well, here we see. We talk about Yu Wei with his assists. What a no-look pass there from the veteran. And it's China 22, Jordan 17. It's been a fast-paced opening here in Changsha. China have the lead by 5. Early on, it was Zaid Abbas with his inside-outside play who was getting the job done for Jordan, but he hasn't been able to get those scores on the board the last few possessions.
May be tiring out. You know that Zaid Abbas only had 1 or 2 practice games with Jordan before these championships. You watch him here, extending himself. He's doing everything here for Jordan. Driving strong to the basket, hitting the outside shot, challenging Yi Jianlian, challenging Wang Jielin. And I think he may be tiring out a little bit in that last connection of China. He stayed in the backcourt, did not sprint back down on defense. As a result, easy 2 points by the big man of China. Zaid Abbas already with 12 points in this game, but he still stays on the court. Trust and confidence being shown by Coach Raiko Taraman on his big man.
It's fair to say he's a man on a mission tonight, but perhaps it's time to use him to spread the floor, get him in the corner or get him at the top and draw one of the big men from China away from the basket. Legion looking to be aggressive. Here they go to Abbas again. Had the open jump shot, he passes it up, takes it. We've got a foul called, and that's just the pure aggression of Zaid Abbas. He doesn't feel like Wang Jielin can guard him. He passed up the open shot, took it in and draws the foul.
And the ability to put the ball on the floor. Zaid Abbas felt that he couldn't take a jump shot straight up against a much taller Wang Jielin. So putting the ball on the floor, creating the angle for his shot and going to the foul line after drawing the contact.
Another veteran for Jordan, Wissam Al-Sous, checks into the ball game. And he's a player who's been on this stage many times. He averaged 12 points per game in 2013. And he's another player. Once China crank up this full court pressure defense, Jordan are going to need all those ball handlers that they've got.
And 13 out of Jordan's 18 points coming from just one man, Zaid Abbas.
How long can he keep this going for? Yu Wei running the offense for China. Into the corner. Zhou Tailong strong to the basket. Ambitious finish. But China will get another opportunity with 8 left on the shot clock. You gotta like that aggression there from Zhou Tailong. He took it in amongst the tall trees. Shot clock at 5. Inside play. They go to Wong. Wong spins middle and a foul on Zaid Abbas. That's his second. And that's another factor that comes into play, and maybe now's the time that Coach Torreman will have to give Abbas a rest.
He's got to think about pacing Zaid Abbas. He's just going full throttle here from the start. Now with 2 personnel fouls, he's got to sit down.
And I like the point you made earlier. You can't keep going back to the well because later in the game, if Jordan is still within touch, they're going to need Abbas to make those baskets. They're going to need him to be an option, draw the defensive attention. And if he's exhausted from carrying the load, he's not going to be able to do that.
And that was a problem that Korea faced in that game against China yesterday. A lot of the key players getting extended minutes, and down the stretch, last 1-2 minutes of the ball game, they just didn't have enough to stem the tide, and China delivering the goods towards the final stretches.
Both teams delivered the goods in that encounter. It was one of the classics. China came out on top. They're on top here so far. It's 23-18. 30 seconds left in the first quarter. Nice pass from Douglas to Abbas, and he finishes. And that's the combination that's been carrying Jordan for such a long time.
That's the connection that Coach Raiko Taraman is trying to milk in this game. It's a connection that's done well for them for several years.
Yeah, a little issue with the shot clock here. The referees will have a little chat with the score bench. Zed Abbas now up to 15 points. And that connection on the high ball screen, that was just two players who know each other so well.
And it's good to see Sam Douglas facilitating once more. So far, he hasn't made an impact in this game, and Zaid Abbas finally getting a seat on the bench and acknowledging the cheers from the Chinese crowd. Chinese fans know him very well.
Ahmad Obeid into the game for this final defensive stance. 3-2 zone defense from Jordan. Locked down to 6. Under pressure. Ken Douglas gets the steal. He does. All the way to the basket. It's contested, but it doesn't matter. And right on the quarter time buzzer, the veteran, Sam Douglas, brings his team back within 1. What a first quarter here in Changsha. It's China 23, Jordan 22. Well, we talked about the rematch of those grouping games from 2011 and 2013. We couldn't have asked for anything more than that first quarter.
You take a look at the three-point shooting so far in this game, both of them even. 58% shooting from two-point distance by Jordan. Both teams shooting at a high clip from the two-point distance. Rebounding +3 for China, and turnovers 1 more here for China. And Jordan with a little more pressure defense, getting the turnovers with 1 steal, 1 block shot, all court hustle, but it's been a Zaid Abbas show so far for Jordan.
Abbas has 15 points. There is the man himself. You could see he had this game circled on his calendar, because from the very first possession, he was determined to make things happen. There was that trademark step back shot. How do you guard that?
Well, you have to know what kind of shots he likes to take, and you don't give him distance, you don't give him the space. And Yi Jianliang scoring from the inside, and then the pass, the small man to the big man.
Early on,
Wang Jielin with the connection.
Early on, they went to Yi. Later on, it was Wang Chailin. And that time, it was Zed Abbas with the left hand. I think that was probably the most impressive play of all of his from the first quarter.
That was when he was attacking the defense of Wang Jielin. Such a smart player, Zaid Abbas. Realizing that he's not going to be able to take a jump shot against Wang Jielin, but he can drive around him.
Abbas has 15 points. Jai Xiaochun has 6 for China. He leads the way. And Yi Jianlian with 4. Let's see if these two teams can maintain that sort of intensity. Could they do it for a half? Could they do it for a full game? The crowd here slowly building up. At tip-off, there were a few empty seats. They are starting to fill.
Now the challenge, of course, for Jordan is who will pick up the cudgels here for Zaid Abbas, who's sitting on the bench.
Wu Ai Lun into the game for the first time. He was so impressive last night. Inside to Yi, what a drop step move. He was struggling to convert close to the basket last night, but no problems there.
A little more comfortable. Yi Jianliang without Zaid Abbas shadowing him at the post.
There's Alsus. Good defense from Guo. And that's what he's in there for. He was a star at junior level, but his energy, his strength, he's a strongly built guard. And he loves using that to force his opponents away from the basket. Here's Douglas, a spring in his step. Isolated, going one-on-one with Ding. Backdoor feed to Li Jian. Great defense there from Ding, and they forced the shot clock violation. In fact, that was Li Gun who's checked into the game. He shadowed Li Jian all the way along the baseline, got his big chest up against his body, and didn't allow him to get the shot away.
physical defensive player of China. His assignment, don't give Legion his touches. Don't give him the distance to be comfortable with his jump shot.
Skip pass to the other side. Ding passes it up in favour of the left hand of Yi. Zagab skied for the block. It was declared a goaltending. And it extends the lead of China to 5. And you just feel in this venue, with this sort of crowd, every time that lead gets beyond 3 or 4, it's a danger time for Jordan. They've got to keep this a tight game throughout.
And you see the defensive switch that time for Jordan. It was Al Hamarje who was defending against Yi Jianyang.
Here is that man, Al Hamarje. I think that's come off the knee of Sam Douglas. No, it was knocked away by Guo. The second deflection in about 70 seconds from Guo Ailun.
Tremendous ball pressure here by China.
Yeah, that was the staple of their comeback win last night against Korea. Here's Al Su, shot clock down to 1. He gets into the lane, and a tip in, no, it doesn't go for Zagab. And here's Guo. He's a man who likes to go at the defense. This time he pulls it out. A 2-1-2 zone by the look of it. In fact, it's man-to-man defense for Jordan. Li Jian shadowing Li Gun along the baseline. Yi a long way from the basket. Shot clock down to 5. Yi from long range. Foot on the arc. This is this. Douglas skies for the board. He gets support from Li Jian. Douglas, the no-look pass. Skip pass to the corner to El Sus. Can't get it to go. But Jordan recover it. They'll get another possession. That's offensive rebound number 6 for Jordan. Al Hamarje from the long three-point line. That's deflected out of bounds on the rebound. And once again, Jordan recovering possession. They're not allowing China to win this possession game, despite that obvious height advantage they have.
Good ball movement by Jordan. They just can't the ball to drop.
Li Jian working hard away from the ball. This time a nice little step back jump shot. And Jordan getting some nice opportunities. They just can't quite get it to fall. Here's Go. Oh, Guo Ailun to the hole, and we talk about him taking it at the defense. Exciting athletic play there from Guo.
The speed of Guo Ailun. We saw that in the game against Korea. And look at the pressure that he's putting on Sam Douglas, finally giving up the foul. Douglas really finding it difficult to even cross the timeline.
You know, some might say that was an unnecessary foul. I like the fact he was pushing the limits there, seeing what he could get away with before the ref blew his whistle.
Just the first team foul on China in this quarter.
And no surprise, with the Chinese lead out to 7, Zaid Abbas back into the ball game. He only had about 2.5 minutes rest. We'll look to see if they go to that high ball screen. Early on, it was a pick and pop from Zaid Abbas. Drives to the hoop, draws the foul. And at the moment, China don't have any answers for Abbas. You're coaching China. What would you do here to slow him down?
Well, I would think that their best defender right now on the floor, not anyone except Li Gun. But his assignment is Alex Li Jian. I don't know if maybe somebody else might be able to pick up Li Jian, who's struggling with his offense. Li Gun is a sort of player who might be able to put some pressure on Zaid Abbas and play him chest to chest.
Li Jian shooting just 36% for the tournament. He was better last night against Singapore. But with Abbas now on 16 points, I think he has to be the defensive priority for China. He misses, Zagab doesn't. And how active has he been on the offensive boards? He's been getting hands on all sorts of missed shots.
He's been a big help here for Jordan, playing the center position, easing the pressure off Zaid Abbas, making Abbas concentrate on offense.
3 rebounds now for Zagab. Here's Li Jian with the steal. Good recovery from Guo. What about the speed from Guo to give them another chance? Shot clock down to 5, into the lane. Tough pass to the corner. Oh, that's a tough shot as well. And Jordan will recover that basketball. The scrambling defense from Li Jian there was an outstanding pass from Guo, but Li Jian read it, and he got the hand in the face of Ding to contest that 3-point shot. See the spacing on offense from Jordan. Player in each quarter. Now to Abbas. Good rotation from Wang. Shot clock at 7. Both teams struggling to get shots off early. That one's going to be short, but Douglas recovers it. And Zaid Abbas will say, did you see my alley-oop pass to Sam Douglas? And it's back to a 2-point game. And how about the insertion of Abbas? All of a sudden, from a 7-point deficit, they're back within striking distance. Whoa against El Sus. Left-hand drive. Feeds it out to Wang from mid-range. And I think Jordan would be happy with that shot. Wang in the first quarter was almost unstoppable around the basket. And if he's going to shoot from 10 to 15 feet, that's a good result for Jordan. Legion can't get that pull-up jump shot to go. Just a lull in proceedings here. Quiet settles around the crowd. Deep seal position from Yi inside against Abbas. Spins to the right. Oh, what a contest. He somehow gets it to go despite the attention from Zagab. Yi now up to 10 points.
There was help defense coming in from Zagab from the weak side, but still, Yi Jianliang, he will not be denied.
Zagab had 11 points and 10 rebounds yesterday against Singapore. El Sus on the pull-up three. What a shot from El Sus. The pint-sized veteran knocks it down.
And the screen provided by Zagab going all the way outside, recognizing that El Sus has that shot in his arsenal.
Every team needs stars, and Jordan have got one tonight in Zaid Abbas, but every team needs role players, and so far tonight it's been Ali Zagab. As Yi draws a foul, he'll go to the free throw line to shoot 2.
It's been a highly competitive contest, and we said that from the start. Zaid Abbas has made a difference in this game, and Sam Douglas appears to be getting into the flow of the game, not in terms of being a scorer, but in getting his teammates more active and moving around in offense, also anchoring the defense. Zagab doing a good job in easing the pressure of Zaid Abbas underneath.
And just clever coaching from Coach Toromon. He knew that his star point guard was struggling. He sat him on the bench. The heat went out of the game, then he inserted him, and straight away we saw that classy assist to his old running mate, Abbas.
I think it's a matter of just getting Douglas more composed and settled to what he has to do on the floor.
Yi makes the second. He has 11 points already. 62 points scored in the ball game. We've only been playing 15 minutes. This has been fast-paced action. A lot of those points have been scored by Abbas. Now it's Douglas in the low post. Fall away jump shot. Wong gets a hand on it. He tips it across to Lee Good. Now Guo in transition. Left hand up and under. It rims out. Yi goes in. He can't recover it.
What a burst of speed we saw that. And we saw from Guo Junling Ailun.
And we're going to say that a few more times tonight because he is exciting. He's just 21 years of age. He's going to be on the international basketball scene for a long time, as has this man. This time Abbas can't get it to go. And the scoring rate just starting to slow. We asked how long could both these teams keep the pace up for? And now China slow the ball. Lee Gun for 3. Splits the legs, splits the net. 3-point bomb for Lee Gun. It's a 5-point edge for China.
He's the crowd favorite here. He can get the crowd going.
Wang with a steal, finds Guo. Guo to the basket, dishes it off to his big man. He can't finish. Scrap up underneath the Chinese basket. Not surprisingly, it's Guo who comes up with the basketball. He goes again into the hole and he draws the foul on Douglas. And that's a tough matchup for the veteran 36-year-old Douglas, trying to keep up with Guo.
And so aggressive, Guo Ailun certainly has the quickness to be able to penetrate and find the space inside. There was that pass to Lee Gun, getting the shot to fall inside, and then the thump on his chest.
Yeah, the excitement from that solidly built Chinese man. He's a real heart and soul player for this team. The energy he brings, particularly at the defensive end, as Yi receives a round of applause from his home fans.
Zhou Qi checking in. I'm not sure if Yi Jianliang wanted to go back to the bench. He was shaking his head.
3-2 zone here for Jordan. Here is Zhou Qi. He opens his shooting account with a fall-away jump shot, but it's short. We've got 3 minutes till halftime. It's been everything we'd hoped for, thanks to this man. Here's Zed Abbas, he knocks the defense over. He was off balance, but it didn't matter. And Abbas moves up to 18 points.
And you have to respect his offense from the outside. And that's the reason why the big man coming out all the way to be able to shadow him. And then that's the trigger point for Zaid Abbas to put the ball on the floor.
Ill-advised pass there from Lee Gun. Legion in the open floor, misses on the left hand, but the follow is there from Alamasher. His first basket for the night. We've got a timeout here in Changsha. It's been back and forth action, and it's China 35, Jordan 34.
Well, 4 quick points scored here by Jordan as soon as Yi Jianyang sat at the bench. And that might be a cue here from Coach Gong Luming to think when to take out Yi Jianyang and when to put him back in. Take a look at the leader so far for China, Yi Jianyang with 11 points. Yeah, there he is.
He's got 4 rebounds as well. You talked about his disappointment coming out of the game. Do you think he felt like he was starting to get in a bit of rhythm and he wanted to stay in there?
Either that or he really hasn't been able to get the kind of position he wants to be able to finish up close. He's been getting the passes, but then the log has been sufficiently clogged by Jordan's interior defense. You see the look on his face. Wasn't very happy. Was recalled to the bench. And then the run by Jordan, 4 quick points, and this lead is chopped down to 1. I was about to say earlier that with a 5-point lead in China, that was like a luxury in this game because it's been so competitive.
There's been 16 rebounds taken at Jordan's end of the floor. They've pulled in 10 of them. That's an incredible number. 10 offensive rebounds in just 17 minutes of play. And it's been the likes of course, Abbas has been energetic, Zaga, and Alamasher with that last tip in. Alamasher, he's only been on court for 6 minutes. He's got 5 boards.
One reason why Jordan is competitive in this game is because, remember the Korean game, they lost because of Korea's impeccable outside shooting. 15 3-point shots connected in that game. Jordan, a little difficulty in defending the perimeter shot, but they're very comfortable defending the interior, and that's why China is having difficulty in breaking out into a big lead against Jordan.
Spot on. We've got a foul underneath. Looks it like it's on Alamasher. He doesn't agree by the look of it, but we see the rebound, the replay there. And I don't think he quite had position on that one.
A lot of physicality there, a lot of contact, so good call by the refs.
And that's been a feature of this game, as it so often is when these two teams meet. But yet it's still been high scoring. 35-34, just over 2 minutes until halftime. You see the high ball screen with Yu Wei. Fires the pass to Zhou Tailong. Now the shot clock running down and Yu Wei has to fire. Abdeen back into the game. Nice hesitation dribble. What a move. He finds Alawadi. He fires for 3. Not this time. But Jordan will get this basketball back, and that was thanks to the hustle of Abbas. The rebound dropped to Zhou Qi. He just wasn't strong enough, the young fella, to hold on to it.
Well, previously we saw in China's possession, they took the shot with shot clock almost out, and that's what you don't want. For China, you need to be able to be patient, but get the shot with enough time on the shot clock. And now Jordan, with its own offensive set, getting a second possession because of Abbas's hustle.
Tough shot there for Alawadi. It falls short. China with an opportunity to extend their lead to 3 or 4. Yu Wei with the pull-up jump shot. How many times have we seen that in international basketball?
And that's a small reminder from Lu Wei that he's still around, that he can still stroke it.
It just seems like he's getting a little better with each game. He's up to 4 points now. Zaid Abbas is up to 18 points. He's isolated with the youngster, Zhou Qi. Right-hand hook shot. And the shot's just not starting to drop for Zaid Abbas. We're approaching half-time. He'll be looking forward to getting into the change rooms and having a little break.
You know, with Abbas, you want him attacking from the outside rather than posting up against the much taller big men of China.
Double team on Wong. He coughs it up. This time the ball handling from Zaid Abbas. He finds Legion. And again, on the fast break, Legion misses the easy opportunity. It comes back the other way. And smart play. No, a travel called on Yu Wei. He was trying to get into the body of Alamasher and draw the foul. No success there. We've got 44 seconds until halftime. What sort of offense do you run here if you're Jordan?
Well, you've got 43.5 seconds to go. You want Zaid Abbas to have his touch. You also want Alex Legion to be more comfortable offensively. He's been missing easy shots. He needs to be set up. Obviously, he's not a kind of player who will slash and get you the finish. He needs to be set up outside, let him get comfortable with his shot.
Timeout here in Changsha. It's 37 to China, 34 to Jordan. I mean, it's one of those ones when you see an athletic player missing easy layups, you would love for him to go in and jam that basketball. You know, get upstairs, throw one down, get the rim rocking, get your team rocking, and get your confidence up.
That confidence has been a missing issue here for Alex Legion. He's got to be set up by his teammates, but right now, his teammates are focusing on getting the ball in the hands of Zaid Abbas. The way this game has been fiercely competitive and the way they've been playing physical defense, it's a miracle, it's a wonder that neither team is in a penalty, and that's because they're playing tough defense, but good defense without giving up the foul.
That's right, 40 of the 71 points so far have been in the paint. And one issue that is depth for Lebanon. So far, 23 bench points for China, just 9 for Jordan, sorry, I called them Lebanon earlier. 9 bench points for Jordan. And we'll see if that becomes a factor later in the game when fatigue sets in.
Abbas 18 points out of the 34, and no other player on the Jordan roster with more than 4 points.
Abdeen with the ball, kicks it to the top. Legion, nice feed on the pick and pop. Alamarcher, patient. Here's the man they want with the basketball at the high post, high arcing jump shot. Not this time. The shot clock is switched off. The final possession before halftime. China with a chance to extend their lead to 5 or 6. In the low post, it's Wong Che-Lin. Nice feed to Zhou Qi. He gets it to go. And he draws the third foul on Zaid Abbas.
Twin Towers in action that time for China. Great pass from one big man to the other.
There was no passing lane there. He just went over the top.
That's right.
The 2 7-footers connecting.
With the Towers.
He went up for the jam. Abbas contested it. Was that a smart play? He was on 2 fouls. Now he's on 3. Should he have just let that one go?
Instinctive move on the part of Abbas. Wanted to make sure that there would be no easy access to the basket for Zhou Qi, but that was a beautiful pass coming from Wang Che-Lin. When you've got the 2 bigs playing beautiful music together close to the basket, very hard to stop that rhythm.
No good on the free throw. 5 seconds for Abbas to make something happen. Drives all the way and he's fouled.
And good foul to give by China, not in the penalty.
Just the 3rd team foul on China for the quarter. And you talked about their physical defense without giving up fouls. 0.7 on the clock. You just go to Abbas. Does he pop out and shoot the shot? He's ready for it. Here he is. And it's blocked. Yi Jinlian was ready for that as well. And what a first half of basketball. It started fast and furious. It ended up tough and physical. And at the end of 20 minutes, it's China who've eked their way in front behind 11 points from Yi Jinlian. They lead at 39 to 34. That was a fun half of basketball, Cornito. What did you enjoy most over those 20 minutes?
Well, last minutes of the first half, we saw China igniting a 5-0 run. Yi Jianlian was back on the floor. Remember when he was taken out, Jordan quickly scored 4 points in a row, got back in, and they had 5 points in a row for China. If you take a look at 2-point field goal percentage, China 50% and 40% there for Jordan. Rebounding story, Jordan with the edge actually, with 11 offensive rebounds against only 6 for China. Offensive rebounding keeping Jordan in the game. Turnovers, 1 more for China, and 3 steals for Jordan. That pressure defense for Jordan, giving them some opportunities.
It's been a disciplined ball game though, both teams looking after the basketball. Jordan with patient offense that usually ends up in the hands of Zaid Abbas, while Yi Jinlian has been the prime target for China. He's got 11. We look at the rebound leaders. How about Alamarcher coming on only on the court for about 8 minutes? He pulls in 5 boards. A valuable contribution for his team.
You see some images from the first half. Zagreb doing a great job here, but not enough to be able to stop Yi Jianlian from scoring 2 of his 11.
There's nothing you can do when he's that close to the basket. There we see another one. Zagup, he was so impressive that half, getting deflections, contesting inside, but it's a tough job when you're trying to defend the Chinese superstar.
And if you're Jordan, you got to be happy with this kind of an outcome after the first half. You're down 5 points. Alex Legion still hasn't gotten his offense going, only with 2 points. Sam Douglas only with 4 points. And the offense heavily concentrated on that man. Oh no, that's Wessam Al-Souz, heavily concentrated on Zaid Abbas.
How about that catch and release from Wessam Al-Souz? And here's the connection between the big men. As you said, playing beautiful big man music. And the strength of the young 19-year-old. He looks wiry, but he's effective around the basket.
Big problem looking forward here for Jordan is that Zaid Abbas as well as Zagup, 3 personal fouls apiece.
We'll see how they counter that in the second half. Join us again in about 5 minutes' time. It's China 39, Jordan 34.
为了给中国队加油助威，本次大赛口播类产品赞助商华尔翔公司爱关节品牌助力亚篮赛，给大家准备了10张比赛的门票作为抽奖奖品。另外还有几款我爱运动、我爱关节的中国篮球明星手机壁纸送给大家。参与的方式是这样的：大家拿出手机，打开蓝牙，打开定位，打开微信，选择摇一摇。 即可获得我们本次大赛赞助商华尔翔公司爱关节品牌送出的球星漫画壁纸，还有机会获得比赛门票以及爱关节40元代金券几张。各位准备好了吗？让我们一起握紧手心，高举过头，用力的摇起来吧！来，让我们一起呐喊：中国队！中国队！中国队！ 好，大家有没有摇呢？如果摇了之后呢，会有手机壁纸啊，保存下来，设置为手机的屏幕背景，让我们把手机的屏幕点亮，呈现的就是中国篮球队队员的漫画壁纸，为中国队注入能量，为中国队呐喊助威，加油！
Welcome back to Changsha. It's China against Jordan. It's a rematch of the 2011 FIBA Asia Championship final. I'm Paulo Kennedy. I'm joined by Quinito Henson, and so far, Quinito, the game is playing out very similar to that final in 2011.
Exactly, it's been very close, and Jordan likes it this way. It's a dogfight. They wanted a game where they can exert or where they can impose their will inside. They feel very confident in defending the bigs of China. The big problem is the two bigs of Jordan are in foul trouble.
Sam Douglas started the game on the bench. He starts the second half on the court. It was a nice pass there to Ahamacher, but he couldn't get the job done from inside. Guo Lun gets the start at point guard for China. Zhou Qi also starting in the game. Strong move. That was a little over-exuberant there from Zhou Qi Wei. He only played 6 minutes in the first half, probably because of the form of Guo Lun.
Well, I also think that Coach Gong Luning now thinking about getting the two spark plugs of that Korea game back in action together, trying to get more speed and pick up in the game of China. Gozu.
Alley-oop to Legion. He can't pull it in. Douglas with a high arcing pass. Now it's an opportunity for Guo on the fast break. He throws it away. Legion 3-on-2 for Jordan. Alawadi for three. Oh, what a fake. Takes it inside off the glass. It's out of bounds. It'll be a Jordan ball. Fast and furious action, end to end.
That's exactly as we expected here for China. Big adjustment in the way they're going to run their offense. They want pace. They've got Zhao Jiwei and Guo Ailun playing together.
It was the same last night. They unleashed the Hounds defensively after halftime. Perhaps they'll do the same here as Douglas goes to the pull-up. No good, and Guo with the rebound. No addition to the halftime score so far. Guo looking to change that with some fancy ball handling. Now he goes inside. Here's Zhou Qi. Excellent defense from Alamacher. But the 218-centimetre Zhou Qi finishes with the right hand. And the margin extends out to 7. That was the biggest lead of the game. It was 29-22 before Zayda Bus was inserted back into the game.
And tremendous agility on the part of the big man.
And the question coming into this tournament, could the Chinese guards get their big man the ball close to the basket? And could the big guys, did they have the poise to finish inside under physical pressure? There's Li Jian, he misses again. Yi with the rebound. Jordan now almost 2 minutes without scoring. They must stay in touch. There's Zhou. Feeds inside. Zhou Qi to the left hand. It'll be a foul
And it
at
could
ground
be
level.
Zaid Abbas. It's very possible, and that's the fourth personal foul on Zaid Abbas.
And what a risk starting the third quarter with Abbas in the game on 3 fouls. And smart offense from the youngster Zhou Qi. He caught it at the high post. He didn't settle for the jump shot. He tested the defense of Abbas, and now he heads to the bench.
Here's the problem we were talking about. The bigs of Jordan in a situation with Zaid Abbas has to sit down. Zagab inside with 3 personal fouls. That can't be aggressive on defense.
Long-range bomb from Guo. He's been dangerous in transition, and he explodes from long range as well. The margin is out to 10. Guo up to 5 points. Jordan desperately need a score on this possession. Alawadi, tough shot, ill-advised shot early in the shot clock. Now Guo in transition, finds Yi. Yi scores, he's fouled. China on a roll, and Yi's going to the free throw line.
That attack we were expecting.
What a pass
After
from
the
Guo.
halftime break. And the fast break attack in full gear here for China, being triggered by their guards. Guo Ailun,
It has
Zhao
been
Jiwei.
It has been a high-speed assault early in the third quarter from China. They extend a 5-point halftime lead out to 12. It's 46-34. troubling times for Jordan. They stayed within touch throughout the entire first half with some disciplined half-court basketball. But China have unleashed the speed in the third quarter. A fourth foul on Zaid Abbas, and some real big man issues for Jordan, Quinito.
Exactly. One big man who hasn't played in this game, who didn't play in Jordan's game against Singapore, Mohamed Hussein, not fielded in this game. Looks like he's injured. He won't be fielded. That's a depleted frontline core of Jordan.
Not only is Abbas on the bench with 4 fouls, we have Ali Zargab on the court with 3. So he's just moments away from foul trouble as well. Yi can't get that one to go. Legion struggling offensively, but he pulls in a board there. Some wrestling off the ball involving Yi. Here's Douglas. He needs to step up offensively. He's got to create some shots. Shot clock down to 8. Nice feed to the corner. Three-point attempt is no good. Zargab contests the offensive rebound, and he does enough to secure another possession. Offensive rebound number 13 for Jordan.
Struggling from the field here is Alex Legion. I'm interested to find out how he's doing in terms of attempts and connections so far.
1 of 8 in the first half for Legion.
13% field goal percentage for Alex Legion. Certainly not what you can expect from a naturalized player.
Joe Chi to the bench.
And there he is.
Right on cue, he can't get it to go. Here's Yi on the fast break. He thinks about going, he thinks better of it. And China to run a half-court set. They've been very effective in the open court. They're going to go to this high pick and roll against the zone. Whoa, down the middle, and he's fouled. There's so many good speedy guards in this tournament, and Guo Lun put the foot to the floor there, and he draws a foul.
And you have to like the way China is playing team defense. Again, the high pick set up by Wang Zhelin, giving an opportunity to Guo Lun to go straight to the hole.
And some really good offensive execution there as well against the zone. They still went with the ball screen, and it opened up the middle of the key. Misses the second, ball out of bounds.
Yes.
It'll be a China ball.
China possession once more.
In that first quarter in particular, all those little hustle plays were going Jordan's way. And now the momentum has swung. This crowd, you can feel the anticipation building. G inside. And what a screen there from Wang Zhelin. No doubt a set play from the out of bounds.
And not only that, Jordan has lost his aggressiveness in defending the bigs of China. And China realizing that that Jordan is in trouble and they're attacking inside.
Douglas backs away. He feels this is a mismatch with Wong. Shoots from 3. That's not his strength for Sam Douglas. And the lead is out to 15. Jordan struggling for answers. Oh, look at Guo.
Nobody there to stop him. That speed game is what Coach Gong Lu Ming was reserving for the second half. It's now unleashed in full force here.
Guo Lun up to 8 points. Look at the speed. He cuts through 4 Jordan defenders and finishes with ease. He extends the lead to 17. It's 51 to 34, and Jordan called timeout.
Well, what a luxury here for Coach Gong Lu Ming. He's got Guo Lun and his club partner in the Chinese league, Zhao Jingwei. They're playing really well together. And when he wants a structured type of half-court offense, then they go to the veteran Li Lu Wei. So that kind of luxury, that kind of depth in the backcourt has given Coach Gong Lu Ming a tremendous advantage in this FIBA Asia competitions.
It's such a well-balanced team that China have brought to this championship. And you think about tonight, they haven't had to rely on the likes of Joe Peng to get things done. Yeah, but he's a player that can step up and score some points in a hurry.
That's right, the offense has been balanced, but so right, the captain, Zhou Ping, has not contributed at all in terms of offense, played only 3 minutes and a half in the first half, took only 1 attempt, but it's been not just the guards, but also the bigs. Bigs have been the big strength of China ever since, but they've been able to set up really well by their small players.
9 Chinese players on the scoreboard so far. It was a tight first half. It's been blown wide open by the speed of Guo Lun. Now Douglas hounded by Guo. Alawadi hasn't been able to get his offensive game going tonight. He turns it over again.
Go Ailun is just all over the court. Watch him again, going full speed ahead.
Clever pass out to Yi, and trademark Li Jianlian. He hits the mid-range jump shot. Douglas quickly down the floor. El Sousi has to hit this. It's short, he goes again. This time he nails the two-point basket. The first score in the second half for Jordan after almost 5 minutes. It reduces the deficit to 17.
They had to take it in the second serving too. Under the gun, Jordan. They don't have Zaid Abbas to carry the load on offense.
Look at the aggression of Alawadi, but Ding drives past. He gets bumped, no call. And Zagab skies for the rebound. Number 4 for him in that category. Some pressure defense from Yi. Douglas finds the open man. It's Alawadi for 3.
Badly needed three-point shot there for Jordan.
He takes the air out of the crowd, at least for a moment. Alawadi, that's his first basket of the evening. Right here, stops are so crucial for Jordan. But it's easier said than done when Guo and Yi are working together. The pick and pop, it's automatic from Yi.
Two-man game on the strong side, and Yi Jianliang feeling it, stroking it, and getting the pass from Go Ailun.
Sam Douglas, you can see he's trying to pick up the pace himself. His teardrop was short. Guo to the basket, and he draws a foul. That'll be on Ahmad Sher. It's his 3rd personal foul. Look at this drive. He has been irresistible in the open court.
He's all over the court, picking up passes, distributing, facilitating, getting the shots to fall inside. And Sam Douglas has been replaced here by Abdin. Coach Toraman looking for the guards to be able to stop the speed factor of China's backcourt.
Douglas heads to the bench with 4 points, 2 assists. And in fact, that foul was called on Alawadi as Guo takes his tally up to 9 points. He can head into double figures with this free throw and join his running mate Yi, who has 19 points and 7 boards in just 18 minutes of play. It's been a standout performance from the Chinese superstar.
Interesting backcourt combination now on the floor for China. Lu Wei has been reinserted, and he's going to be playing with Go Ailun.
That's one of the great things about Guo. He's 192 centimeters. He's strongly built. He can defend shooting guards, so you can go with that 2-guard front. Alawadi deep into the lane. He draws a foul on Ding, who was a little too enthusiastic with his block attempt.
That's the kind of aggressiveness you want from your players, particularly in the inside. You know that Jordan is struggling from the outside. They want to get some easy baskets inside, and that's why China has to be a little more aggressive in defending the interior. And China has the luxury to do that. Jordan doesn't, because of the foul problems that the front line faces. Abbas with 4 personal fouls, he's sitting down. Zaga with 3.
If you're Coach Toramon, how long do you wait to insert Zaid Abbas back into this ball game, because it's slipping away quickly?
Tough situation, but even before thinking about Abbas, what about the naturalized player Alex Legion? He's got to be in the groove. He can't be sitting down on the bench for too long. Hasn't even had a single foul across his name, only 2 points.
1 of 9 from the field. Here's Yi, nice pass inside to the big man. For once, he misses that mid-range jump shot. Opens the door for Jordan. Alawadi finds El Sousi. And Abdin back into the ball game. He's dished out 7 assists in 36 minutes coming into this game. Now El Sousi. Tough step back shot from the veteran. He misses. Zagab on the boards, but it's China. Yu Wei to Go Ailun. And it's could be a travel call. The rest let it go. And now it's Jordan who recovered the ball. We're going back the other way. Alawadi thinks about the 3-point shot. He had better thoughts afterwards. They retreat to Abdin to run some half-court offense. Now Alawadi behind the back dribble, pull-up jumper. And those shots that were dropping in the first half, they're not dropping now.
And control of the boards. No rhythm, the offense of Jordan. Here's the attack down the baseline. It looks like it's off. Zhao.
Jordan ball substitution. Big Jordan.
Last 2 possessions, China pushing the ball, being aggressive. A couple of turnovers. If you're Coach Gong Lu Ming, are you happy with that?
Well, certainly not happy with those turnovers, but for Coach Toraman, he has brought back Zaid Abbas. He doesn't want this game to turn out into a rout. He's also brought back Alex Legion. Could be the last cards on the deck here for Coach Raiko Toraman.
Abbas back in the ball game. The immediate response from China is to put Zhou Qi back in as well to test him defensively. Nice feed. We've got a foul. They'll call for a goaltend.
No, they'll give him 2 free throws. I don't think it's a goaltend.
No, Jordan's calls will not be rewarded. The foul on the back of the head. And Ali Zagab, he's been all energy today. His stat line of 3 points and 4 rebounds doesn't really do justice to the effort he's been putting in.
Oh, it looks like, no, 2 free throws. The referees were discussing whether it was a goaltend. They're giving 2 free throws, so there was no goaltend. What a challenge here facing Jordan at this stage and missing the free throw. 2:55 left in the 3rd period. This lead has stretched to 18 points from only 5 at the half.
Jordan with
Those
just
misses aren't going to help.
Jordan with just 5 points in 7 minutes of play in the 3rd quarter. Legion, oh, a nice offside dribble, goes up and in and draws the foul. And that's a tough play from the naturalized player. We need to see more of that.
Well, he had to improvise that time. Couldn't get the shot off from medium range. Going up against 2 giants.
He shook one guard, he drove past another, and then he jumped into 2 big men.
That takes a lot of courage.
Well, that's just an example of how good the Chinese defense has been this second half. Jordan to score, they have to make all sorts of tough plays.
Now Wang Jielin has to go to the bench. He's got 4 personal fouls. 5 points. And Alex Legion, he had 19 points against Singapore.
It's been a rude introduction to international basketball for Alex Legion. And his night of woe continues with a missed field goal. He was 1 of 12 on opening night. He's 1 of 9 so far tonight.
And Sam Douglas on the screens. Words of encouragement from him off the bench.
This is the final game in group play. And at the current pace, it'll be China who will top Group C, moving into the 2nd round, which starts on Sunday here in Changsha.
Here's the controlled half-court offense of China with Lu Wei calling the shots in the court general.
We see an adjustment from Jordan. In the first half, it was Zaid Abbas guarding Zhou Qi. Now it's Zaga. 9 on the shot clock. Guo Wai Lun. Oh, what a step back from Guo. Can't get this one to drop. He was a scoring machine at junior level. Now Al Seuss, he's full of confidence. He nails the 3. How about that for a pull-up jump shot in transition?
He had the option of giving the ball to Abbas inside, but tremendous confidence by Al Seuss in pulling the trigger on that one.
Speaking of tremendous confidence, Guo Wai Lun, he's running this show like a veteran point guard. And that looks like a foul on Ali Zagab, fighting down low with Zhou Qi.
Bad news, that's the 4th personal foul on Zagab.
And you see the hook with the right hand. It's his 4th personal foul, he gets a rest.
Al-Hamarsha checking in.
And for an undersized big man, Al-Hamarsha has been very serviceable tonight. 5 boards in 15 minutes of play. It's free throws to come. Jordan in the bonus. Zhou Qi just 4 points tonight after his explosion last night, but we talk about the balance and the depth of this Chinese team, and he hasn't need to be a focal point tonight.
Well, in this particular game, the focal point has been Yi Jianyang, and he has responded with 19 points. But this game is not over. This young man, 19 years old, Zhou Qi, he can still explode. We've got a whole quarter to go in this one.
He makes the 2nd. It's a 16-point lead for China. We've got 2 minutes to play until 3/4 time. Zaid Abbas being aggressive to the rim that time. It's deflected out of bounds. And you saw there the help defense ready for a bus. They know he's going to take it from the top of the key. But it's one thing to know, it's another to stop. Shot clock at 16. Abdeen running the show. Al Sous hit his last one. He hits this one. And he looks like a pure shooter coming off those picks.
Oh, without a doubt. Running the play. Great execution off the inbound.
Wessam Al Sous, 3 of 5 from long range. Some trapping defense from Jordan. Yu Wei's got 10 on the shot clock. He defers to Guo. Guo to the left hand. Back to his veteran running mate in the backcourt. But Yu Wei can't get it to go. And that'll be a Jordan ball. The margin back to 13.
Jordan getting it stops. Zaid Abbas concentrating on defense, not so much on offense, and he's making a difference again.
It's so important. They're in that zone, they're scrambling, and now they must get a basket or two before three-quarter time. If they could get this under 10, they'd feel they're a chance. Here is Abbas, banging in, swings to the left hand, goes again. The hustle of Zaid Abbas delivers once more. He is up to 20 points.
Such tenacity underneath the boards here for Zaid Abbas, carving his space, making sure that he had that offensive rebound and the putback.
He has been on a mission since opening tip. He drags his team back to 11. They could get back to 9 or 8 points. Here's Al Sous. He's been the damage doer. Catches again. What a block from Zhou Qi. Here comes Guo. He's got Jai with him. He goes himself. Guo Ai Lun. He's up to 12 points. The margin back to 13.
Abbas was not about to play aggressive defense on that one and risk getting fouled out on his 5th personal.
Shot clock 7 seconds inside the game clock as we tick down to three-quarter time. Abbas to the hole. He dishes outside. Legion with 3 seconds to shoot. He fires from long distance. And finally, Alex Legion connects with the bottom of the net. And it's a 10-point ball game. He gets the steal again. But that Hail Mary from Zaid Abbas won't count. Well, just when it looked like Jordan were down and out, they make a little run, inspired by Wessam Al Sous, who connected on 2 3-point bombs. He's up to 11 points. And at three-quarter time, it's China 61, Jordan 51.
Defense the key here for Jordan's comeback. And China ignited the surge right at the start of the second half with its 2-point guards. And take a look at the game statistics so far. Rebounding has been close, 35 rebounds for China. And Jordan still getting 7 more offensive rebounds than China. Look at the turnover story. China forcing the turnovers, Jordan only 6. Jordan getting 6 steals. So it's been that defense that has kept Jordan somehow in the thick of the action here. They weren't able to keep pace with China at the start of the second half. When Zhao Jiwei and Guo Ai Lun were playing so well together.
And you talk about their offense. It was their offense that let China into the game. Poor shots, turnovers, and all of a sudden China was free in transition. And that's where they did the bulk of their damage.
And what about the adjustment on the part of Coach Raiko Taraman? We were wondering when he would bring back that man, Zaid Abbas. He came in just in time in the 3rd period. Not for offense, but for defense. Controlling the action, getting the rebounds. Just his presence has been so imposing.
How about this from Al Sous? There was no conscience on that 3-point shot, but he knew what had to be done to drag his team back into this game. He's up to 11 points. The deficit is back to 10. Have Jordan still got a chance?
I think Jordan has a chance, but it depends on what China has also in mind in the 4th period. As you see, Yi Jianlian, he was sitting on the bench for much of the time when Jordan made its run late in the 3rd period. You can expect him back on the floor here for the 4th period. Coach Gong Lu-ming wants to make sure that China has a big start here in the 4th period.
The 4th quarter underway here in Changsha. I'm Paul O'Kennedy. I'm joined by Quinito Henson. It was Jordan clamping down in the first half. It was China playing at speed in the 3rd quarter. They set up a 10-point three-quarter time lead. And Yi looks to add to that with one of his fall-away jump shots. He's up to 21 points. and just the start that China needed.
And check out the combination that China has on the floor. They don't have Wang Jielin, they don't have Zhou Qi, but Yi Jianyang. He's the focus of their offense tonight.
And this man has been the focus of the Jordan offense, and rightfully so. Matched up with Yi, steps back. Some pressure defense. Abdeen left to fire away as the shot clock expires. Oh, a mishandle there from Zhou, and Abdeen will go in. Zhou Ji Wei in a hurry to get down the other end and make things happen, and he gifts Jordan a valuable basket. It's back to 10 points.
Here's the pressure defense that Coach Toraman wants.
I
On
like
Zhao Ji Wei with Alex Legion, but he easily escapes that defense.
Legion letting Zhou get into the lane, ding the recipient, and he bangs the three-point shot. He's 2 of 2 from long range. He's up to 6 points. He's got 5 boards, and his team has a 13-point lead. We've got 8.5 minutes still to tick down till the final buzzer. As we get a little bit of to-do between
Li Gun and
Wessam Al-Sous. And they're 2 fiery customers right there.
Watch it right here. There was the switch, and Li Gun didn't want to give Al-Sous any sort of space.
A little disagreement there. Cooler heads prevailed.
Call it eye contact between Al-Sous and Li Gun.
Now Abbas got things going in the first half. It's been Al-Sous in the second half for Jordan. They want to get Legion going though. It's a beautiful step through. He dishes it into Zaid Abbas. Shot clock running down, up and under, scoop shot. He gets the offensive rebound. What a move from Zaid Abbas.
That's the experience of Zaid Abbas. He had to put up the shot. He knew he was going to miss, but he was right there for the offensive rebound and the putback.
You just feel if Jordan had 2 Zaid Abbas's out on the floor tonight, they would be right in this ball game. Here's Yi with the mismatch. He steps away. That one's long. Now Dinglefire. He hit his last one. Can't hit this one. Zhou Ji Wei on the offensive glass, but he can't secure it. And now Jordan again. Abdeen in the corner. He thinks about it once. He fires twice. But no good. And an ill-advised shot there. Legion again. Will he go up and throw this down? Oh, he goes up and up.
What a shot!
What a finish from Alex Legion. He'd missed so many easy layups in the first half. He increased the degree of difficulty, and he finishes in style. It's back to a 9-point ball game. Jordan refusing to go away. Al-Sous up in the face of Ding out in the perimeter. Now Zhou Ji Wei into the lane. Nice feed to Jai. Slapped away by Abbas. What a brave play on 4 fouls. Now Abbas in the open court, and he draws the foul himself. That basket will be waved away. Wow, what a play. End-to-end action. And how about Zaid Abbas on 4 fouls? He swiped at the ball.
And here was that other swipe by Alex Legion. And the incredible shot on the reverse with a nice twist.
Was that Alex Legion or was that Dr. J going up and under? What a move.
He's leading the charge for the Foreign Legion here in the FIBA Asian Championships.
There's been plenty of highlights tonight in Changsha. It's been another outstanding game. It's not done just yet. Legion on the O boards, but it ends up with Yi. China dodge a bullet. They lead it by 9. We've got 6 minutes and 40 seconds left to play in the final term. Li Gun inside. And Abdeen gives away the foul. Li Gun will head to the free throw line. China 7 of 12 from the stripe so far tonight. Jordan a miserable 4 of 12. And he wasn't far off getting all ball as we watch the replay there.
You know, we're seeing a lot of mismatches here with Wessam Al-Sous, such an undersized point guard on the floor. China, however, not able to take advantage.
And we haven't seen Sam Douglas in this final quarter. He sat out the last 4 or 5 minutes of the third quarter as Li Gun scores his 4th point. Will we see Douglas again? If it gets tight down the stretch, do you go to his experience or do you stick with your more aggressive defensive-minded guards?
Well, I would think that you should go with Sam Douglas because he knows how to play with Zaid Abbas more than any other player on the Jordan bench. And you want to keep Abbas on the floor. You don't want him fouling out.
No, you do not. The other man on 4 fouls is Ali Zargab. He still sits on the bench. But surely just a matter of time before he comes into the game. Abbas spins, what a feed. Oh, but a wasted opportunity for there. Al-Hamasher could not finish the easy two.
But that's a situation that Jordan wanted. Open court with Zaid Abbas handling the basketball. They just couldn't get the finish.
Here's Guo back into the ball game. He's been the energizer buddy for China. This time he feeds it out to the corner. It's Jai for 3. Yi inside, and he draws the foul. Number 3 on Al-Hamasher. And the Jordanian big men continue to rack up the fouls. Yi pulling in rebound number 13 for the night. The 10th offensive rebound for China. And while Jordan dominated that area early in the game, China have been able to even up the possession battle.
And a huge night for the NBA veteran. Remember, he was once a first-round draft choice in the NBA with the Milwaukee Bucks. Missing the free throw, 21 points so far for him.
If you think about sweet shooting big men around the world, obviously Dirk Nowitzki comes to mind. Are there any others that stand out above Yi for their ability to catch and shoot?
Well, if you're thinking of Asia, Yi Yanjan would be a standout in that department.
Zhou Qi back into the ball game. Chai Xiao Chun has a rest. And Zhou Qi way up the floor. A nice screen from Zaid Abbas to free up his guard. The shot clock ticks down to 12. Jordan trail by 12. Disorganized offense. Al-Hamasher with a tough shot. But Zhou Qi was there to intimidate it. Now Guo works the screen. How about that combination tonight? Guo to Yi. And once again, it bears fruit for China. Assist number 6 for Guo Ailun. And that margin sneaks out to 14 points. It's 71 China, 57 to Jordan. And have a look at this execution, Juanito. Basics at its best.
Pick and pop situation that time, and they like to run that so well between Guo Ailun and Yi Jianliang. You know, he's more comfortable taking that outside shot than trying to get the finish close by the basket.
Yeah, he's a catch and shoot big guy. It's a timeout for Jordan. China lead it by 14.
Team leaders on our screens with Abbas at 22 points. He's been playing rather subdued here in the second half because of his foul trouble. But Coach Raiko Taraman now digging deep into his bench, thinking who would be the personnel on the floor for him with 5:33 left in this game. China upping its lead to 14 points. You need a Sam Douglas. I think you need an Alex Legion to be a little more aggressive. And Zaid Abbas, well, it's time to gamble. There's 5:33 minutes to go. You've got to be able to make your last push now if you're Jordan.
And we see Ali Zargab coming back into the ball game. He's on 4 fouls as well. So Jordan rolling the dice. They have just 5 minutes and 33 seconds left to bridge this 14-point margin.
And you saw on your screens, Yi Jianliang, double-double performance.
Sam Douglas also back into the game for Jordan. Guo Ailun up in his face. It's the old against the young at the point guard position. What can Douglas create? He's looking for Al Sous, well covered by Joji Wei. Now they get the ball to the hot shooting point guard. Excellent defense from Zhou Qi. Shot clock down to 2. And Abbas can't make that one fit. And you can't help but feel that the work he did earlier in the game where he dominated offensively is starting to catch up with him.
Well, in that particular situation, 24-second shot clock almost running out of Jordan because they were trying to get the ball in the hands of Al Sous. Sam Douglas taking too much time in delivering the basketball. But I thought it was China's defense that made that play very, very difficult to make.
There's Ding from the corner. He's been on fire from long range. Abbas in the open floor. He's blocked. It'll be a blocking call on Guo. He anticipated the right way, but for once, Guo Ailun wasn't quick enough to get there.
They were actually looking for a charge from Zaid Abbas. Guo Ailun actually motioning to the referee. That could have been a charge. Watch it right here.
Wow.
Very, very close.
Excellent anticipation from the 21-year-old.
And he knew that Zaid Abbas was coming charging in.
Here is Abbas. Lee Jenny hit his last shot. He's dancing with the defense. He finds Ali Zargab spinning inside. That's an ambitious shot from the Jordanian big man. And perhaps the Jordanians running out of ideas. No surprise here. It's Guo and Yi going pick and pop. This time they reverse the basketball. Jordan in a 2-3 zone. Ding steps into the three-point shot. Can't make this one. He hustles. He taps it off the body of Ali Zargab. And China doing everything necessary to close this ball game down.
Alawadi now checking in for Al Suz, giving Jordan a little bit of height, a little more height. Coach Raiko Taraman tapping his point guard Al Suz on the shoulder for the job. Well done, finishing here with 11 points.
It was a slow start for China yesterday against Korea, but ever since halftime they have been on fire, and Zhou Qi keeps that going. The youngster now up to 8 points. He's got 3 rebounds. Some pressure up the floor from Zhou Ji Wei.
And you have to be impressed with the dexterity of the Chinese big men. Yi Jianyang hitting it from the outside. Then, just previously, Zhou Qi with that turnaround jump shot.
Here's Li Jian taking it at the big man. It's too big an ask for the naturalized Jordanian, and it has been a night to forget so far. And after some stiff resistance, it feels like China now have this one in the bank. It would take a miracle from Jordan. Look at that from Zhou Ji Wei.
All hustle on the floor here for China.
He hasn't had his best night offensively, but he's come back in with hustle in this final term. And Zhou Qi with another long-range jump shot. He stands at 217 centimeters tall.
And he had the deflection on the defense.
And Jordan rushing for quick points. They commit turnover number 7 for the night. And we have another timeout. In fact, it's a substitution called by Jordan. Now we look at Jordan first night. They were blitzed by Korea. They bounced back against Singapore. And now we do have a timeout called by China. They're 3 minutes away from clinching first place in Group C here at the FIBA Asia Championship. It's China 75, Jordan 57. Going back to Jordan, their first day performance was well below what they would have expected. They bounced back against Singapore. They're assured of going through to the second stage. What do they take out of tonight's performance?
Well, very clearly, Jordan just didn't have the depth to stay competitive against China over the long haul. I thought they were competitive halfway through. At the half, China opening up only a 5-point lead. Very, very good game up to that point. Could have gone either way. But then in the third period, with Zaid Abbas in foul trouble, Mohammad Hussein not able to play because of an injury, then Hani Al-Faraj also not playing here for Jordan. It's just been a nightmare in the second half for Jordan. They're struggling because of their lack of depth.
We talked about that earlier in the game. How long could Jordan stay with China? And you picked it at halftime, you predicted it, you pulled out your crystal ball and said China will go for pace in this third quarter, and that's exactly what they did.
But just when they realized that they had Jordan on the ropes, foul trouble haunting Raiko Taraman's bigs, they went on a fast break attack, and they like to use that combination, which they still have on the floor right now, with Zhao Ji Wei and Go Wai Lun.
Some extended pressure from Jordan, but it's token pressure. And you feel like the sting has gone out of their defense. For so much of the first half, they were able to scramble. Here's Guo, they double team. Excellent ball rotation. Li Gun for 3. And the crowd begins to party here at Changsha. It's a 21-point ball game. It's some outstanding team offense there from China.
He's Mr. Showman. You have to admire and you have to like the kind of game that Li Gun gives on the floor. The way he plays defense.
Douglas answers at the other end. He's 2 of 2 from long range. But you can't help but feel it's a little too late from Sam Douglas. Jordan will be pleased that he did find a little bit of form in this game, heading in to the second stage, which starts on Sunday. There's Zhou Ji-wei, he finds Yi, and Yi has been unstoppable in the short corner tonight. He is up to 26 points. He's got 14 boards, and he's almost at a point per minute. Douglas draws the foul. How do you describe the performance by Yi tonight?
Oh, very, very impressive. This is his breakout game. Well, against Korea, he really wasn't the man of the hour. It was more Zhou Qi. But Yi Jinliang is now being recalled to the bench, and he's getting a round of applause here and a great ovation for the very appreciative Chinese crowd.
Alamasher for three. He tries to bank it in. The ball recovered by Zhou Ji-wei, but it's called a double dribble. It'll be China ball. It will be Jordan ball. All 10 players walking to the Chinese end of the floor. But it was in fact a double dribble called. It's a 20-point ball game. 3 Chinese players in double figures, led by Yi with 26, Zhou Qi with 10, and Guo Lun with 12. Jordan to the low block, the extended block for Sam Douglas. Steps back and the ball slips through his fingers. Here's Legion. Can he get his shot on track? He can. And when that shot goes down, it looks sweet. He just hasn't been able to get it to go often enough.
I thought the defense has been outstanding on Alex Legion. You know, it's a matter of making sure that he doesn't get his spacing for his jump shot, and also the kind of position that he wants when he goes strong to the hole. He's been missing a lot of layups.
There is Guo. Nice feed to Lee, and he'll go to the free throw line. You know, I can't help but wonder how different this game would be if Legion had made those fast break layups in the first half. There were 3 or 4 easy layups that would have sent Jordan into the halftime break with an advantage. And the complexion of the game after halftime could have been a lot different.
Could have also been a lot different if Zaid Abbas did not get into early foul trouble. And you like the execution of China. When they're doing their dribble drive offense, they're not looking for the kick out for the outside man. They're looking for a quick pass, a short pass to the big man, because they've got the bigs ready and available to get the pass from short range and then hitting the layup.
Ali Zagab fouls out with 3 points and 5 rebounds. Uri Muhal makes 2 free throws. In fact, he made one of those free throws, and it's now a 19-point advantage.
And here's the steal. Running out of space, however. What about the hustle of China? Less than a minute to go in this game, and still scrambling in defense. You have to like this attitude by China.
For so long, they've been waiting for some guards to emerge from Chinese basketball. And they've got 2 young gems here. Deflection there from Guo Lun. Douglas with 9 on the shot clock. Look at the pressure from Guo. Now in the hands of Alawadi. Back to Alamasher on the left hand, and a nice finish. He's been valiant in the front court. He's up to 4 points. He's got 6 rebounds. His team trails by 17. 37 seconds to play here in Changsha. And after a tight first half, it's been an impressive display from China by no one more than this man, Guo Lun. He puts the foot to the floor for one more time, and he's up to 14 points. He's got a chance to make that 15.
And no recovery on the defense, wide open lane. Able to sneak through and find the opening. There's just nobody on the floor from Jordan who can stop him from driving strong to the hole and getting a shot. That's a 3-point play completion right there.
It's a tired Jordan team. They gave this game their all early on. But the depth of China. Look at Lee Gun still competing defensively. Here's Douglas. He's always going to try and sniff out a basket. This time he kicks it to Alawadi, but his shot is long. Shot clock down to 4. Alamasher will have to fire, and he connects again. Jordan continuing to fight this ball game out. It's full time here in Changsha, and China have made yet another statement. They top Group C at the FIBA Asia Championship. They were led, not surprisingly, by Li Jianlian with 26 points. But just as impressive was Guo Lun, 15 points, 6 assists. In fact, he ticked over to 7 assists at the end of the game. It was a masterful performance by the young point guard. For Jordan, it was Zeta Bus with 22 points. But it was China in the end, 84-67.
Well, this game was all for Yi Jianlian to take over, and he certainly rose to the occasion. 26 points for him, double-double. Take a look at the percentages. China, free throws, not too good, 63%, but worse than the part of Jordan with only 33%. Rebounding story, the advantage going to China. Jordan, however, had 5 more offensive rebounds. China had more turnovers than Jordan, but overall, the bigs of China, the foul trouble that hounded Jordan, Zaid Abbas not really able to get his game going. And I thought there was just an over-concentration on Abbas right from the get-go for Jordan. Abbas finishing with 22 points, but Yi Jianlian with 26 points and 14 rebounds. Top scorers of the game, players in double figures.
Alex Legion finishes with 10 points, but it was a night to forget for the naturalised Jordanian. 14 boards for Yi, 7 for Wong. And Wong was impressive early. Others stepped up later on, but he established a presence inside for the Chinese, and so did this man, Yi Jianlian and Guo Lun. How often did we see Guo Lun and Yi in that pick and pop, the pick and roll? And once Yi was that close to the basket, there was only ever going to be one result.
Well, what you like about the Chinese team is that they're not just relying on their bigs and on their athletic ability to get shots and by creating their own situations. Now they're playing team basketball. They're working the ball close to the basket or working the ball for where the bigs can get open shots from mid-range. And Coach Raiko Taraman showing frustration and exasperation as China clobbering Jordan in this game. Alex Legion had his moments.
This was the play of the night right here. Up and under, Dr. J style. That's one of the few highlights he will take out of this game.
But only 10 points for Alex Legion. And then the 2 big men conspiring, getting the shot to fall in.
That's a great example of that team basketball. Li Gen finishes it with the triple. And he's excited. You know how much this championship means to China. We spoke earlier about the expectations upon their shoulders. They more than delivered tonight. They prevail, 84-67.
الصورة اجت يا بس علي الصوت مش سامع الاستوديو نهائيا انا